Good morning. I'm going to call the Wednesday, November 12th Planning Commission meeting to order. Mayor Brubaker here, Director Panowski. Here. Mr. Battle.
Here.
Mr. Aiden.
Here.
Mr. Tedrow. Mr. Hubbard. Ms. Rivera.
Here.
Okay, great. For the purpose of, I know there's public here today because originally on the agenda was an item C, which was to review the proposed zoning code and make recommendations from the Planning Commission. I've removed that from the agenda pending further discussion, particularly within the historic district. There were some things that I had concerns within that. So it will come back before Planning Commission in the December meeting after I have a chance to sit down with our planning director, our administrative legal counsel, as well as community development, and also taking some information from some of the residents that I got today and over the weekend. So there will be no discussion on the proposed zoning code until the December meeting. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as submitted by October 14, 2025.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Aiden, second by Mr. Panowski. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We have no miscellaneous correspondence. We have no old business, no new business. We have a couple public hearings. The first one is 2025-100135, Windsor Place of Elyria, LLC, 260 South Logan Street, Elyria, Ohio, 44035, requesting a replat of the Windsor Place subdivision. Mr. Yost, please state your name and address for the record, please.
Bob Yost, 260 South Logan, representing Windsor Place. We have a fourplex that is on the corner of Chirac and Eldemeyer that we had a 25-foot side yard setback on, and our minimum is 20 feet, but we recorded it at 25. We had a customer come to us and said, we'd like to add a 5-foot extension to the garage because he's got a motorcycle, place for the bike to go. So we've, on our drawing that we submitted, it's 5 feet to the west, which still allows us to have our 20-foot clearance that is required, and it's 20 feet deep on the unit. So a plat correction is required to do that, and when I submitted it to Daryl suggested to Chris that I present it to Planning Commission so you guys knew what was going on.
Okay, very good, Mr. Yost. And I know the initial report came out, there were some things that needed to be addressed, and my understanding those have been addressed, Mr. Schoening. Mr. Yost, I appreciate that. Is there any questions from the commission? Mr. Schoening?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, just clarification, there was a second revised staff report that was provided. The two conditioned approvals that needed clarification were that the streets to be named as private and the second for the sublot to be clarified. Both were addressed by the applicant, Mr. Yost. No further questions or concerns from planning, and a recommendation of approval. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Mr. Schoening. Anything from engineering?
Engineering has no additional comments.
Fire Marshal Gall?
Fire Department, no comments.
Okay. Again, are there any questions from the commission? All right, seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve public hearing 2025-100135, Windsor Place of Elyria, requesting a replat of the Windsor Place subdivision. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Aiden, second by Ms. Rivera. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you, Mr. Yost.
Thank you.
Second item on our agenda this morning for public hearings is, you know what? I apologize, this is for public hearing. I need to, Mr. Craig, I need to reach out to folks in the audience that may be proponents or opponents, correct?
That's correct.
So can I remove the motion in the second and the vote?
Yes.
Okay. With that being said, we have a proponent. Are there any other proponents? Are there any proponents? Are there any proponents? Are there any opponents? Are there any opponents? Are there any opponents? Seeing none, now I will entertain a motion to approve 2025-100135. Do I have a motion, Mr. Aiden? Second by Ms. Rivera. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you. I apologize for that. The second case is public hearing 2025-100138, Comprehensive Ventures Unlimited, Inc., 3605 Warrensville Center Road, Shaker Heights, Ohio, requesting for a conditional use per section 1156.04 of the Elyria Codified Ordinances to develop a multifamily housing project on an underutilized vacant parcel. Is there a proponent here? Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Morning, Taylor Cook with Hilltide Ventures, located at 1037 Chuck Dolly Boulevard, Suite F201, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Chair Brubaker, Vice Chair Panowski, and members of the Planning Commission. Good morning. As I mentioned, my name is Taylor Cook. I'm a development officer with Hilltide Partners. We are a national developer focused exclusively on workforce housing. And while we may be new to Elyria, we are deeply committed to being a long-term partner. We were recently noted as the 20th largest affordable housing developer in the country, and our team has over 36 years of experience in this work. So we're here today seeking a positive recommendation on the conditional use permit for Black River Forge, which is a proposed 122-unit new construction workforce housing community. The project is located on a 6.8-acre vacant parcel on West River Road North, adjacent to and north of the Black River Career Prep Center. Our proposal is for a single 4-story building with a mix of 12 one-bedroom, 74 two-bedroom, and 36 three-bedroom apartments. This $40.4 million investment is a direct implementation of Elyria's own strategic vision. The comprehensive plan calls specifically for diversifying the housing stock, and Black River Forge answers that call. It transforms a vacant, underutilized parcel into a vibrant tax-paying community asset. The parcel which we plan to develop on is currently zoned business neighborhood, where multifamily housing is a conditionally permitted use. That's why I'm here today. City staff have reviewed our proposal and recommended approval condition on us obtaining the necessary variances. We agree with their findings and request your positive recommendation on this conditional use permit. Thank you for your time. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commission? Mr. Schoening.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, PC case number 2025-100138. The property at 2101 West River Road North has a zoning classification of business neighborhood. During the review process, several factors were analyzed, and at this time, the applicant has requested the design review process for this project, to undergo the design review process. Currently, there are several variances that would be needed, included for the height of the structure, parking, as well as setbacks for the parking at this time. As indicated, those are still under review by staff. During the review process of the staff report that you've been provided, the conditional use requirements found in section 1135.03 were reviewed. The following are the requirements that are indicated in that section. The proposed use will be properly located in relation to land use and street plans of the city. Answer provided by staff is the proposed use will promote greater housing diversity and aligns with the Our Elyria Comprehensive Plan, which indicates a need for the addition of housing types that are affordable. Also, the proposed use is located in a zoning district that conditionally allows for residential uses of greater density. The second requirement, proposed use is necessary to serve the community needs. This once again reiterates the first point that it aligns with the comprehensive plan. Third requirement is the proposed use is adequately served by essential public facilities and services. Per correspondence with our utilities department, there is access to water and sewer nearby. The fourth point is the location, design, and operation of the proposed use. The specific location would not unduly discourage or interfere with surrounding uses. While the proposed use is a greenfield development, it does not promote sprawl in the community. It is nearby the existing Midway Mall site and was deemed, therefore, not to discourage surrounding uses and properties. The proposed use meets specific development conditions. As indicated by myself as well as the applicant, the design review process is currently being sought, and the applicable variances will be sought with the Board of Zoning Appeals. Overall recommendation of approval with the condition that those variances are approved by the Board of Zoning Appeals. I'm available for any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schoening. Mr. Schneider from Engineering.
Engineering has no comments.
Fire Marshal Gall.
And Fire Department has no comment.
Again, questions from the commission? Okay. Are there any other opponents? Are there any proponents? Are there any other proponents? Are there any proponents? Are there any opponents? You'll come over to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Denise Daniels. I have properties at 2205 and 22255. That was 2255 West River Road North. Both are private residential properties. And my family also has property at 2301 and 2299 West River Road and 2220. The Richards family, my family is the Richards family. We've had property on West River back to the 1800s. The current location of the Elyria Public Library was originally Richards' property as well. We've always been interested in the revitalization and progress of Elyria as our home and as an interest in our community and the well-being. We have concerns about the multi-unit housing development, concerns that it would have to our property value as residents and also for potential resale in the future, what this type of development is going to do to our property value, and also concerns with the infrastructure, as was mentioned by the two gentlemen prior. But we, would like to know see the plans for utilities, how the impact would be on schools, and just the infrastructure for utilities and the roads, schools, what impact it's going to have. And with regard to the housing, if it were developed, we would have grave concerns about the security that would be in place for our homes. There's really no way to buffer other than the woods that are already there, and we think that with the addition of 200 to 300 people that could live in a complex like that there's going to be increased foot traffic, increased trespassing, and things that we are not really looking forward to having in our neighborhood. And with regard to the residents that could potentially live there, we'd like to know, are they coming from the Lorain County area, or is it to serve Lorain County residents? Are you going to bus in people from other states? As I heard that the housing unit at East Bridge apparently has some people that have been bused in from other areas, and we just would like to better understand how it would serve Lorain County residents, and above all, how it's going to revitalize the west side of Elyria, because we think that it's an underutilization by putting in multi-unit housing with the access to the highways. And I think it's prime real estate in Elyria that should be better utilized than for this type of housing. Let me get my thoughts here. I've never presented at
You're doing well.
this type of forum. And I'm maybe bouncing around, but back on the potential residents, also knowing that how these residents would be vetted. Is there a background check? What kind of people are coming into our community? And then, with concerns for security and safeguarding our property, and what better use there is for the property that is on the west side of Elyria. I think that Elyria is missing an opportunity to better utilize the property that could move us forward.
I will address two of yours, and then Taylor wants to address any of the other issues, but the plans, this is just asking for a conditional use permit so they can continue on with the state, as they will have to come back to this body, and you will be notified when they present their plans on the design and what it looks like. I can tell you that we can share their website with you on other projects they have done, not just in Ohio, but in other states, and the success that has been there, but I'll let Mr. Taylor respond to those. As far as the tenants, there is no plans to bus people in. The goal is to have affordable housing. This is not Section 8. This is affordable housing, which means they have jobs and they have I think it's, are you 70% or 60% of the median income? 60%. So these folks will be hopefully Elyria residents. One of the things that comes through our office is people don't have affordable housing to where they can afford to rent an apartment, buy a home. This will close that gap. But if you would like, the proponent, if you'd like to share some of the concerns, briefly address some of the concerns she has in regards to your tenant process as well as security that may need to be needed in that area. Would you like to share that? Thank you.
So first off, I appreciate any concerns that folks have. We believe that this project will contribute directly to the affordable housing supply in Elyria. So just to talk a little bit about who lives in affordable housing, we're often talking about people who are essential to the community fabric. So this is teachers, aides, healthcare workers, grocery store clerks, restaurant staff, maybe even recent Lorain County Community College grads wanting to stay locally. The housing problem, or our housing provides the stability to live and work right here. We're going to advertise just like any other landlord would, where folks from the community can apply, so long as you meet the federal income requirements, which range from $41,760 to about $60,000 annually. Then they would be able to apply and live in these apartments. So for example, a first-year teacher in the Elyria City School District makes approximately $41,900. So this is really targeted towards folks who are working, who have demonstrated income. Everybody would be undergoing a background check. We would have a professional management company that would be responsible for vetting any prospective tenants. I think what's most important and what differentiates us from any other, some other developers is that we are long-term owners. So just like you are very concerned about your own ownership in your own properties, like I'm concerned about my house, we're concerned about this. We have no plans to sell the property for a quick dollar. We are going to own this property for a minimum of at least 30 years and probably much longer than that. That's the minimum required under this program. Property values, we hear concerns about that pretty often. Anytime that you are targeting folks who are below, market rate incomes, there's a concern about property values. There's been numerous studies from organizations like the Urban Institute, National Association of Realtors, finding that modern, well-designed, and well-managed affordable housing does not negatively impact neighborhood property values. And oftentimes, investing in high-quality housing and underutilized land can stabilize or even enhance the area. Our property will be contributing annual property taxes just like I would with my own property. So we're going to turn a underutilized piece of land that's not contributing significantly to property taxes and increase that value. And then for concerns about crime, there's no data that links affordable housing specifically to crime. Kind of on the flip of that, stable housing is recognized as a factor that reduces crime. So folks who are not stably housed, there's a connection, there's a correlation between increased crime and housing instability. So this development will have professional on-site management. In our plans, you can see that we have a management office, somebody who will be staffed there, clear community rules focused on ensuring a safe environment, and we'll have proper lighting and secure access so that our residents and neighbors feel safe.
Thank you. If there's any other, for your purposes, any other offline questions, we'll be happy to entertain that with him directly. But I want to see if there are any other proponents that would like to speak or other questions outside of the ones that she has asked, you're welcome to come. So are there any other opponents? And I would be happy to circle up with him after the meeting if you're a little uncomfortable about sharing, but we will certainly be able to entertain that. But please come forward if you have additional concerns. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Debbie Balmert, and I currently live at 19361 Whitehead Road, LaGrange. I grew up I'm a Richards as well, and so that, what my sister said about dating back to 1800s and all of that, I want to, reiterate that. And everything that she said, absolutely. My family that's here right now stands behind that as well, and the neighbors also stand behind that because we have discussed this prior to being here right now. I understand that he's very well versed in what he does, and that there are certain wording that works well with all of you and everything. There's a few buzzwords for me that bother me, and when you say we plan to do something or don't do something, that's just an arbitrary word. That isn't a commitment that that helps us, okay? Also, or I believe, or we believe, I don't think it was I, it was we, I've heard. And again, a word that can go any way. We can change our beliefs. You can change your beliefs, so I do have that. Then also my next thing that I would like to say about it, he mentioned about the lighting, and this is a stretch, and it's something that what I'm going to say is a stretch, and most people are not aware of this, but we should be aware of this. There is a lot of we've all heard of 5G, but there is lighting that incorporates that 5G into, it emits a harmful radiation to some degree. And so not only is there a light pollution that they're not going to be used to living by, there also could be a harm. I'm deeply concerned about this, and I realize that most people aren't going to understand what I'm talking about with the 5G, but it's worth looking into, I promise you. It's a type of infrastructure that could be a problem for the health and safety of those who live in or close to that site. When new 5G technologies, transmitters, and smart lighting are placed directly next to people's homes, we deserve a clear, transparent information about the long-term effects of constant electromagnetic exposure. Independent scientists and physicians have raised questions about this possible cellular and neurological impacts, including effects on sleep, immune function, and DNA integrity. Even if every answer isn't known yet, precaution should be our first step, not after the fact and a regret. Beyond the health questions, these lights and transmitters often operate day and night, bringing extra glare, electrical hum, and stress to nearby residents. Families deserve peace, darkness, and at night that they're used to, and an environment that supports health, not anxiety. I'm asking this commission to pause this and study the impact before allowing such things as high-frequency 5G transmitters and such to be there. And please put safety and transparency and the well-being of your citizens first. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Are there any other opponents? Please come forward and state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Zachary Gabriel. I'm gonna speak a little bit slower because I know you may not be able to understand my accent, but I live at 2211 West River Road. And I moved here in 2021, and the reason why I moved here is because I was looking for a place where I can live peacefully and without any concern. And I was in New York, working in New York for also 15 something years, moved to Southwest Pennsylvania, in near Philadelphia, but Bucks County, and I enjoy the peaceful that Bucks County has. And when I make that move to Ohio, and I end up going to Crocker, this is where my hotel was, and I became fascinated about that place. And that's why I made that move. Since 2018, I kept on coming here. I made it at least 5 trips to this area, and I ended up buying my house there. And I know by building, and I worked I worked in the foreclosure in Pennsylvania. And by building these, I know, so those complexes, it will take a toll on us around here. And I know the counties always live on taxes. This will be a good thing for the county to generate money. But what that thing's gonna do to the people that live here. And I know they say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. They'll show you exactly what they're gonna do. They will, but it will be, for me, I bought that house. This is an investment too, the same way they're gonna have their investment. And I don't want to see my investment decreases over time. The same way that they're gonna build their investment, they're gonna make money. They build it just to make a profit. And we have our home. And since I bought it, I'm gonna be honest with you. The property values, that thing kept going up. And I don't want that to affect my investment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any other opponents? Are there any opponents? Are there any opponents? Okay, seeing none. Are there any questions? Another one, I'm sorry. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Daniel Richards, 2220 West River Road. I agree with what everybody else said here. I'm got those same concerns. Also, the traffic issue, I don't know, what this is going to mean for the future. I definitely wouldn't look forward to West River continuing on as a 4-lane road past my house. And I could see that possibly happening with the additional, homes there with residents. Guess that's about all I wanted to say. So, thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Mr. Richards. Mr. Schneider, you and I have had a discussion in regards to the traffic in that area. Can you kind of touch on that briefly, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, so we, when the project first came up, we did go out and take a look at the area as far as Griswold Road, West River Road, the traffic, put out our speed signs, which count traffic as well. So, and the amount of traffic out there was low. So I would say a development like this is not something that would cause an issue that would require additional lanes at this time. With Griswold Road being so close and 57, obviously, as things develop more and more over the years, things will change. But at this time, a development like this would not, in my professional opinion, would not impact the area greatly.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Are there any other opponents? Are there any opponents? Are there any opponents? Are there any questions from the commission based on the discussion that's been had? Seeing none, I entertain a motion to approve public hearing 2025-100138, Comprehensive Ventures Unlimited, requesting for a conditional use per section 1156.04 of the Elyria Codified Ordinances to develop a multifamily housing project on underutilized vacant parcel. Do I have a motion to approve? So moved. Moved by Mr. Panowski. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Revere. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. There are no other public hearings. There is no planning commission cases to be heard. You've received the design review applications that were approved by city staff. Are there any questions in regards to item number 9? Seeing none, there are no staff commission reports. The next meeting, again, which we will discuss the proposed zoning code, and I will encourage all planning commission members to be here for this. The next meeting will be December 9th, 2025, here in council chambers. Seeing no further business before the commission, I'll entertain a motion to approve. So moved. Moved by Mr. Battle. Second. Second by Mr. Aden. All in favor, aye. 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 Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.